Hi Virgo, thanks for stopping by. I'm Madeleine, if we haven't met before, and if you're back, extra hi. I am excited to see what's going on for you, Virgo, and really excited to deliver your channeled message for this month because Spirit was like, they came with really two things. Wow, I can talk. They came through with two things. The first was just the very simple phrase, set yourself free. And that was followed by, play it like a game. And this is how they were getting this across to me, was pretend, I'm going to put that in quote marks because from my perspective, from Spirit's perspective, this is actually true, what I'm about to say. But whether you believe it or not is not the important thing, so much as if you're willing to try this little experiment and see how it works out for you, that's a great way to approach it. Don't have to believe anything. Pretend that everything that's happening to you right now, every resource you have, every problem, every conflict, every bit of fun, every whatever, is like, looks, I must have some fellow geeks out there or gamers that are Virgos, because they're saying you have your stats, you have your, your strength and your charisma and your brains and your etc. And we've all got our points, right? And how do we distribute our points? And where do we want to distribute our points? Do I want to be smarter by the end of February? Do I want to be physically stronger? Do I want to be more wise? Do I want to have more fun? Where do I want to stack my points? My time, my energy, my effort, my money. Okay? Virgo things, practical things. How can I make the game of life more fun? And how can I be a better player? But not by doing the Virgo thing of like cracking the whip and telling myself I'm not good enough, but by actually being like, let me look at all the things I have and all the points I have and see how I distribute them. And if there's a better way to distribute them for me to feel more free, as they said, set yourself free, more whole, more allowed to be everything that you are. So if you are, for example, the kind of person who's like a bookish nerd, but you've been like, you know what, I really want to work out, or vice versa, go for it, do it. Fill out your, like, this is so funny. I must really have some, like, geeks. I say that lovingly. Identify as same. It's like they're showing me character sheets, like in D&D. Like, where am I putting my points? Where do I want to invest in myself? What kind of adventure do I want to have? What's my next enemy or challenge or peak to conquer? And what am I going to need to like load myself up with in order to get there? Okay? Okay. Let's get into your cards. Let's see how they play with this. Set yourself free, Leo. Ha! I'm going to be putting a lot of points in strength. I'm so sorry. I'm going to stop. Well, I don't actually promise to stop, but we'll see. If Spirit wants to keep up with the gaming puns, we'll keep up with the gaming puns. Wow! Virgo. You need to trust yourself more. Some of you guys have Leo placements. Wow. You would think. Wow. Some of you guys have strong Leo placements. When you heal from the cruel kind of thoughts and self-talk that have followed, it's kind of like somebody else wounded you and you've kind of faithfully continued to wound yourself. There's no judgment at all, Virgo. When I say that, it's not like this is your fault or you're doing this or anything like that. Anything that I say comes from Spirit, and anything that comes from Spirit comes from a place of love. What they're saying is, for some of you, this could be you had an ex-lover or like a parent or someone really important in your life that gave you a certain opinion of yourself, and not a great one. Maybe not like, oh, you're a piece of shit and you're the worst and da-da-da-da-da, but maybe oh, you could have brought home an A or an A plus or whatever, and instilled in you that Virgo thing of always trying to be better, always striving to be the best, which is like a great thing as long as it's coming from a healthy place, as long as it's you that desires whatever that thing or that quality or that achievement or that relationship or whatever. If that's actually aligned with you, fantastic. If that is aligned with, if I can do this or fix this or change this, this will heal my wound, not so much. Not so much. It's not extrinsic what's going to heal your wound. It's intrinsic. You have quite a few swords here. A little bit in your head. Makes sense, Virgo. Analytical. Also makes sense that you'd be looking at what's not working. Okay? What hurts? What's fucked up? What's keeping things from going at full speed or running smoothly? And I think it's time for you to get rid of the idea that you're the problem, but do embrace that you are the solution. You are not the problem. By that, I'm not trying to like stroke your ego or say like, you're not the problem, Virgo, it's everybody else. Like that's not what I'm doing. You might be contributing to the problem. You might be, as Spirit said, continuing to tell yourself or use the same kind of words or the same kind of stick and carrot to get yourself to do what you're supposed to do because that's how you were taught. This is something that's ready to be transcended. This is something that's ready to be left behind. You have done a lot of hard work. I feel like you should be proud of yourself. I actually feel it's very strange because it's like externally, if anybody else looks at your life in February, I feel like you guys are winning. I feel like, I mean, you have the Six of Wands as the kind of like energy that's around and available to you. Victory. People noticing you, celebrating you, like celebrating your achievements, accolades. The Ten of Pentacles, crowns you're reading. More than enough money, more than enough family support, a happy and safe home, a legacy, something that you've built to last, your bank account being nice and healthy. But on the inside, you're dealing with these wounds. Three of Swords is where you find yourself, and Three of Swords is hurt, betrayed, feeling left out, feeling pushed aside. Spirit is saying feeling separate, and they're implying that that separation has made you feel a little bit separate from yourself. But I want to say, you have everything going for you to transcend these painful thoughts and the repeating of the old wound, okay? Because that's kind of what I want to say, is that some of you have been taught how to wound yourself and you have found a way to do it over and over and over. And you're ready to heal. You're ready. You have so many things working in your favor, Virgo. And it is scary to do things differently, to speak to yourself differently, to handle your insecurities and your anxieties in a different way, because it's like, they call it a comfort zone for a reason, right? Even though it's a misnomer, even though it's literally like a discomfort zone. Look what's in your past. This is a very good thing, okay? In your past, Nine of Swords. In your future, and we're going to talk more about it, in your present, right, we saw the Three of Swords, the separation, the betrayal, the pain, the feeling maybe a little bit alone sometimes. So we go from the Nine of Swords in the past. Look what's coming in the future. Eight of Swords, clarified by the Hierophant. So the Eight of Swords tells me that at least we are on the road to diminishing that sense of fear and analysis paralysis. Like the Nine of Swords is called the Nightmare card because it's like our thoughts, our worries, our anxieties about the present and future have become so overwhelming that it's like we can't even see. Like now it might as well be a horrible long dark tunnel with no light at the end because I have like put my head in my hands in addition to being in the dark. So it's just like, let me just ensure that I never see anything. Well, you're done with that. You're over that. I think that you probably went through a period of maybe extreme, like, depression or anxiety where it did feel like there's just no way and I don't even know how I'm going to get out of this. The work that you're doing on yourself, any work that you do to be compassionate and kind and patient with yourself, that strength card, crossing the Fool, is building you up to a point where you're going to know that you're worthy, and that even though you are stepping into an unknown situation or stepping into a place that might leave you feeling out of your depth because it's different than what you're used to, you're going to find out that you're more than capable. But you do have to take that one giant step. You do have to be the Fool, okay? Epictetus is my favorite Stoic philosopher, and he said, if you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Be content to be the first motherfucker on the dance floor, looking silly, trying it out. Be the first person to do it your way. Be the person who starts the podcast or does the video or makes the game or whatever this is. Take the risk. Get out of your comfort / discomfort zone. It is going to put you face to face. This is how they're saying it. It is going to put you face to face with your insecurities. That's what Eight of Swords is. I'm not good enough. I don't know if I can. Oh God. Like, what if I fuck up? What if? Some of you are going to literally go to therapy, and this is fantastic. Some of you might already be in therapy for this, and if you are, like, that's great. I feel like you're on the right path, okay? Eight of Swords clarified by the Hierophant. The Hierophant is like, you could think, there's a High Priestess card. You could think of the Hierophant as like the High Priest, the mentor, the teacher, the master. This person could be a counselor, a psychologist. This person could be a priest. This is somebody who has knowledge, wisdom, etc., like in their back pocket that maybe you don't have and that you would definitely benefit from learning. Some of you guys might be like, oh God, I think I want to go back to school, but I'm scared. Is it possible? Can I do it? Is it worth it? I'm hearing that if you know, and that this isn't, this is important, if this desire to go to school or move up hierarchy, right, Hierophant, move up in the ranks in whatever way, as long as that comes from you, truly you, and not the old wound. If I make this much money, mommy, daddy will love me. If I can have a relationship, that means that I'll be happy for the rest of my life instead of ever lonely or depressed or etc. Like, we're not bullshitting ourselves. We're not bullshitting ourselves. This is possible at every stage in life. Pain, betrayal, separation. We know it, right, Virgo? You're an earth sign. You're here for the real fucking shit. That can happen any old goddamn time. You could get into like a beautiful, amazing, and I'm not trying to be morbid here, Virgo, but this is like how they're having me say it. You could fall in love with the most amazing person tomorrow and they're your soulmate and you like love and see each other deeply and you have 2 amazing weeks and then they get hit by a train. Three of Swords. Nothing extrinsic is going to hold you up and heal you. It's you. It's you. Everything else can be temporary. You are with you till you die. So you need to be kind to you. You need to be present with you. You need to not reject you the same way other people or other things have rejected you. Okay? Victory is at hand. 6 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. And it's important for you to know also that even if you don't go to therapy, even if you don't get a mentor or talk to a priest or talk to whoever, that you can heal yourself. The 4 of Swords is the key and conclusion to your reading. Like I said, I like to see the 9 of Swords followed by the 8 because it speaks of the fears diminishing and becoming a little more reasonable. And I also like the 3 becoming the 4 because the 3 of Swords is the wound, the 4 of Swords is the knitting back together and the healing. The peace, the aftermath. You're knitting yourself back together in February. Give yourself the space and the compassion to do that, and possibly like the help, the assistance, okay? Like I said, this could be a priest, a mentor, This could be someone that you pay in a professional capacity to be like your therapist or your counselor or your mirror. But this could also just be a dear friend who is like wise and kind and compassionate. And like I said, you know, you can kind of benefit from their experience and stand on their shoulders, and they can help lift you up so you can see things a little better. Lift you up over the fence of 8 swords that you've built in front of yourself and go like, oh, it's right there. If I do this, this, and this, I can get there. I feel like a lot of you do experience like some great success in February that flies in the face of your insecurities. And that might be something that helps you over the hump. Like, oh damn, I thought I totally wasn't going to get that. Or like, how did this happen? This is so amazing. And Spirit wants to reassure you. A, the blessings you receive are deserved. But B, any blessings or blockages that you receive are a direct reflection of how blocked or how blessed you believe you deserve to be. You know, and I know, Virgo, that if the world worked on the principle of good things happen to good people, things would look very different. But if you think of it like people's perspective really determines a lot of what happens to them, it starts to make a little more sense. Like when we think of certain people in power and how their attitude is not, oh, let me help everybody out. Their attitude tends to be more like, I deserve this, I want this, where is it? And what do you know? Like life delivers. And if we sit here and go, I don't deserve it, I'm not good enough, etc., what do you know? Life delivers. So, get to know your thoughts. The Strength card, they're connecting it to the Four of Swords. And strength in the tarot is about inner strength. It's about, yes, facing our inner wild beast, our inner lion, rage, grief, depression, etc. Anything that we feel is like wild. Anything that we feel we don't necessarily have total control over. Well, the idea is not to control it. The idea is not to beat or cage or kill your inner lion because then you can just live without passionate emotions. No. You want to raise and tend and feed and nourish and nurture your lion because you are much stronger with this full-grown majestic beast walking beside you that knows that you will take care of it, that knows it's only going to be summoned for when it's needed, and that until then it can relax and be right there with you because it's going to be taken care of. No need to go wild because, like, I'll tell you when we need to go wild, right? We'll decide when we need to go wild, little lion. Till then, you can just walk beside me and be very intimidating and, you know, walk softly, carry a big stick. The more you heal yourself, the stronger you become. The more, ironically, you allow yourself to just feel your feelings, not to think about them, not to dissect them, but to feel them and go, that's okay that you're feeling that. Ooh, this sucks right now, but it's okay. Like, it's okay that I'm experiencing that it sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not telling you to paste on a smile and pretend and just feel better. No, I'm telling you that if you feel sad, you need to go to that sad place and be like, oh honey, I know this is really hard right now. We are really sad. Like, fuck. Ooh, it's okay to hope this passes soon, but damn, we're sad. And I'm just gonna be with myself and be a little sad. And see how that feels like infinitely more healing than get up. Get up. Get over it. What are you doing? Like, what are you crying about? You have this, this, and this going for you. You have 10 of Pentacles. You have 6 of Wands. What are you fucking weeping about? Jesus. Nope. 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 Everybody has a different hand dealt to them in life. Some of us have all the emotional resources we need and none of the physical ones, and vice versa. It's okay for you to mourn what you need to mourn. It's okay to acknowledge, it's better to acknowledge that you have a wound than to pretend that you don't, and then eventually that thing eats away at you and it's become too late to heal it. You know? Go in there now, Virgo. Go in there now. Talk to your wound. Invite your wound to lunch. Sit down with your wound and a cup of tea and you guys have a conversation. And ask it what it needs from you. Is that too weird? Might as well click off the video because it gets real weird here. I love you, Virgo. I really want this to be helpful for you. I feel like this is a transcendent moment. This might feel like a heavy reading, but that's because spiritual heavy lifting is fucking heavy. But then you're fucking strong as fuck. And then you are available and open for all these beautiful new things that want to come in to meet the level that you've reached. Okay? Mwah. Thank you for being here, Virgo. I really hope this is helpful for you. Let me know. If you've got questions, comments, stories relating to this, I would love to hear them. And I just appreciate your attention, likes, comments, shares, all that stuff really means a lot and does a lot for the channel. So thank you for that, Virgo. And if I don't see you in a video before then I hope I see you in your March reading. Bye, Virgo. Happy healing.